my kitchen. Bem-vindos à minha cozinha. We're getting into fall and I'm going through my fridge and I have leftover chicken, had some vegetables, need to get rid of it, and I'm gonna make a soup. I had some bones that I had pulled out of a pork butt, a pork shoulder, and I had them in the freezer and I put them cooking. They've been cooking for almost an hour. And I'm gonna make a soup and put those bones also. I have a chourico and linguiça, garlic, onion. I have kale from my garden, and in here I have cabbage, celery, carrots, and potatoes. This was the last minute. The weather is kind of cooling off. I need to get rid of this chicken, so I figure let me make a soup. So let me show you how I'm gonna make a quick soup. You put whatever vegetables you have, whatever meat you have, and I'm gonna make a delicious soup. So anyway, let me show you how I'm gonna make this. Okay friends, I put a little bit of olive oil and I put my onion and my garlic sauteing. We're gonna saute until this is translucent. In here I have my my bone. Actually 2 bones. I just put it with water and a little bit of salt, and then I've been chopping parsley. I just threw the stems of the parsley in there to flavor. I just want to cook those bones, so I let that continue cooking until all that meat. And I'm going to use that broth. To this broth, I'm going to add 1 linguiça and 1 chourico, and it's going to flavor all that broth. So I'm going to let that continue cooking, and we're going to make this soup in no time. And again, I now know how to make soup, small soup. We'll see how much soup I'm going to get here. I'm going to share with my in-laws and a couple friends. It's the only way. Love celery in my soup. Okay, I'm gonna add all these vegetables in here. Okay. This is an easy soup, and you can add whatever you want. I'm going to add some cannellini beans, just because I want more protein. I'm going to take some of the broth from the bone broth, and I'm going to add here to my soup. Okay. So I add the broth from my bone broth, from that bone, and now I'm going to cook all these vegetables. I'm going to put a little bit more salt. I'm going to put a ½ teaspoon, and then I'll flavor it at the end if it needs more. Okay, let all these vegetables cook, and then I'm going to add, once they cook a little bit, then I'm going to add my kale. Okay. So my broth and this vegetables have been cooking. So I'm going to put a little bit at a time my kale. Okay friends, I'm going to take the bone out of here because I think the meat is cooked. So, and I'm going to take the meat out of the bone. And then I'm going to add it to this. I'm going to let that linguiça and that chourico continue to cook. Okay friends, I took the meat out of the bones. I had 2 bones. So I'm going to put this meat in here, and it's going to start flavoring this soup all over again. I also have 1 can of cannellini beans that I rinse and add to my soup. I'm going to add all that chicken. We'll see if this pot will fit. Okay friends, I split. I put it in both pots, all the soup. So now I have 2 pots of soup. Could have put it in a bigger pot, but why am I gonna dirty another pot? So now I'm gonna let these both cook all the vegetables, and then I'm gonna find some kind of noodle to add it into this. And we have 1 full meal of soup. Okay friends, I cut the chourico and the linguiça, so now I'm gonna divide it between these both pots. And what I'm gonna do is, one pot's gonna be all gluten-free, the other one I'm gonna put regular pasta. That way I can share with my son and with somebody that is gluten-free. To the blue pot, I'm putting gluten-free macaroni. So, the blue pot is gluten-free. The black pot is regular macaroni. So you have vegetables, meats, pasta, all kinds of different things now. Now I need to remember to use 2 different spoons. I'm gonna let that pasta go, and this soup, these soups are done. I'm gonna share this with my son. I have a customer that is gluten-free, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And that one's gonna be for us, my mother-in-law, and another friend. I always get rid of soup. My soup is done. This is all I'm staying for us, and all this right here, it's all to give it away. So anyway, I got rid of that chicken that I had in my fridge. I have dinner here for a couple meals, and I share with a few friends, and that's how it goes. Let me try this. As we go now, fall. There's nothing like some soup. Save those bones when you buy your pork shoulder, and if it has a bone, save them in a freezer, and then you can make soup. The bone, just the bone, it'll flavor the broth, and it makes the most delicious soup. I have many soups in my video, but people are still asking for this soup, that soup. So this is a soup that my mom would make, probably using different meats, and make a boiled dinner with it, and then she would make a soup with the broth. So I kind of used the same idea, using those bones that I had, and then I had some leftover chicken that I needed to get rid of it, some vegetables that I needed to get rid of it, made a nice soup. As we approach the fall, make a soup. And this, you got everything. You got the beans, you got the pasta, you got the meats, vegetables. You have one of these, you got a delicious, healthy meal. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Give me some thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media with your family and friends. And until next time, let's get cooking. Have a good day.